Hi, I'm Lori Feldman on the left.
And I'm Susan Clark on the right of our little drip marketing friend. And this is your brief drip marketing letter blueprint tutorial.
Susan, we wrote these letters to use in our own respective businesses, and they worked so well that we decided to make them available for our clients and for sale on dripmarketingletters.com.
Sometimes it's really hard to figure out which drip marketing letter blueprints to start with. Ideally, you could choose from one of our 7 must-have drip marketing campaigns, but really and truly the most important thing is to pick one and just get your first one out the door. Don't let indecision keep you from starting or getting started with some kind of drip marketing and developing relationships with your clients. Just pick one that can plug one of the leaks in your current marketing funnel.
So let's get going and show you how to use these blueprints. Once you've picked the blueprint that you want to start working with, here's what we want you to do. We want you to read through the entire blueprint. Don't take any notes. Everything you'll need is right there, and the blueprint will outline your purpose, the strategy behind this particular blueprint, and we're going to give you lots of options to choose from and how to better write your messages for your business. So we don't want you second guessing what we've done at this point. So part of what you'll notice is that the messages are very simple. We are in relationship building mode, so we want to talk with a very conversational tone. And we don't use any graphics to do that. We've done that intentionally. Don't change what we've done. This is what we found works.
After you read through the list, then the next thing you need to do is open up your eMarketing account and create a new template. When you save the template, be sure and use the naming conventions that we've suggested in the blueprint, which kind of focuses on make sure that in each campaign you name the very first part of the file name the same thing so that they can all stay together in your group of templates or your library. But it's very easy to copy the text from the blueprint, even though it is a PDF, and then you paste it into your eMarketing account. Just don't forget to replace the mail merge codes with the actual codes from the software that you're using.
Now it's time for you to edit the messages to your own business needs. And the way to do this the best is if you can picture who an ideal person is from your list or from your database that you will be directing these messages to. It helps you maintain a very conversational voice, and that's the voice that we've created for you that we want you to use and to improve on with your own modifications. Next, we want you to select a PS. We give you a couple of different options to choose from in the blueprint, but you can certainly come up with your own. And then, of course, very importantly, always spell check your work before sending it out. And lastly, the final touch is to create a subject line that you'll want to use. And again, we've given you many options of subject lines to use in the blueprint itself. And we have a whole strategy on subject lines and how to create subject lines, and that is explained in the blueprint as well.
So what happens next? You're almost done. What you need to do is send it to yourself. There's something about, I think, opening it up in your own inbox and reading it. I can find lots of errors or ways that I type something or things that don't sound exactly right when I'm reading it from my own inbox as opposed to just reading it in the software that I created it with. Once you're happy with with how it sounds and the kind of message that you're sending, then you should have a few other people that you trust to be able to send it to. Maybe it's other employees, maybe it's some friends. Let them read it and see how it impacts them. We want to get their input and be ready to have the perfect letter to send out.
So we're just about there, Susan, and now we just need to do it. And so what we recommend is that you make a plan to send out the drip at the suggested intervals that we give you. I think one of the questions that Susan and I are continually asked is, how often should I send? When should I send? Should I send it on this day or that day? We cover all of that in the blueprint. You can follow it step by step. But there are 2 different kinds of drip campaigns that you're going to most typically use. The first one is a duration. That's something that starts today and moves forward into the future. And the other kind is an anchor date where there's some date in the future that you're targeting and we're working backwards to that date. So Susan, what would be an example of that?
That would be like an event or maybe a trade show kind of campaign. Mm-hmm. I think the most important thing is that you, regardless of what you do, I mean, how you do it, you just that you take the letters, because we put in one letter, then you're putting in other letters, however many letters. Each of the campaigns, the blueprints, have about 7 or 8 or 9 letters that are suggested. Even if you don't use an automated feature of your e-marketing software, you could use some kind of workflow process or smart task in other softwares to help you schedule the drips. Regardless of what you do, just do it. And of course, have a plan for when your drip runs out. What are you going to do with the next drip? It might be something like a proposal follow-up. They either decide not to use you, in which case you might follow up with a lost sale campaign, or they decide to use you and you start a first-time customer campaign. And then after a while, if they're not buying from you anymore, you might work on an inactive customer campaign and how to bring them back to life in your business.
And Susan, I always like the website leads ones, because I don't think you can ever have too many web forms to attract new leads to your website, and then of course they all need follow-up drips as well.
Absolutely. And of course, but I can't stress enough that you just need to take that first step and get it out. Don't worry about making everything perfect. Almost any marketing is better than no marketing. Or as we, just take that little step, or as we say from Houston, get that one small step.
Love that. Okay, so, people are still a little hung up on getting started, and that's why we've said don't get hung up on getting started, because you do have to take that first step, and we do have lots of different drips that you can start with, but there are still some people that want to have their hand held through creating that first drip. Even when you have the messages, there's still a lot of decisions that you have to make to feel comfortable with the process. So if you're still not sure and you're not feeling really comfortable with the process, we have 3 other ways that you can work with us. And the first is to sign up for our Drip Marketing Camp. It's a group coaching exercise where we work with you and several other drip marketers to create the campaign for your business, help you edit the letters or messages that you want to write, and we guarantee that you will launch a drip within under 30 days. A live drip to your own database. And we've had nothing but success from that program. It works really well. And once someone like Susan or I have handheld you throughout the process, it's very easy to do the next one on your own.
It's really great.
Secondly,
it's really great, Lori, I think, to work in kind of a mastermind environment where you can bounce ideas off people. Sometimes I find that's where some people get caught up. They just don't feel like they have somebody that they can bounce ideas off of. So.
Excellent.
What else can we do, Lori?
The second way to work with us is we can also sell you the whole Enchilada Blueprint package, and that's the entire PDF of all 7 must-have drips that we have already written messages for. So it's something like, I don't know, many, probably over 100 different messages are included in that one. And it really gives you start to finish how you can plug up all the leaks in your business utilizing the drip marketing messages. And Susan, lastly?
Well, you can hire us to help. We can come in and help you either work by phone and help you really put together a campaign that works specifically for your business. While we think these are the 7 must-have, maybe you have a different one that you'd like to help you work with. For instance, I have one on when someone has a tech support contract, I want to send them out drips to encourage them to use that tech support contract, which sounds really strange, but it works. That's not one of the 7 must-have drips, but it's certainly something that I feel like I need to have in my business. You may have something similar, or shoot, we can just help you even take one of the drips that we've got already there and put it in your business.
Modify it. Yeah. So there's our phone number down at the bottom. There's our website address up at the top, and let us know how we can help.
Here's to dripping with your success.